Welcome to Wacky Wednesdays, where everyone has a chance to show off their car mods. And here's this week's winner.
Today I'm going to show you guys my BMW 328i. It's a 2008 model, so I've had it for quite a while now, and I've had a lot of time to do a lot of stuff to it. Essentially, it's a straight six, so it's not the easiest to work on as far as, since it's a straight six, the cylinders in the back, the spark plugs and ignition coils are below like the cabin air filter and a bunch of other things you have to take out. So it is kind of annoying in that regard, but the weight distribution of the engine to the car, it makes it the best car. I've avoided like 3 or 4 car accidents with this car. I'm gonna go over some of the things that I've done, starting with the back here. So if you look down here, you'll notice that there is an exhaust cutout, and that is electronic, and it is controlled remotely from a keychain. So I can essentially bypass the muffler whenever I want. I can have the car sounding extremely sporty, and also have a more open flowing exhaust when I want, or have regular muffler. The next thing you'll notice is the backup camera, and obviously the 328i there is blacked out. Over here you'll see the rims are actually, they're not powder coated, they're just painted. They're painted like a high temperature wheel paint, and so are the calipers. This job took me the longest time. Just painting these wheels was a lot of work. It takes like maybe 5 or 6 hours if you're gonna do it right, because you have to put a lot of coats on there. Next thing you'll notice is the headlights are not factory. BMW offers a halogen model and also a high intensity discharge model. The grille is painted. Usually they're like chrome, but it's painted the same color as the car. This is kind of a cool feature if you live in a hot place. If you hold down the unlock button, what it's gonna do is it's gonna start unrolling the windows. So now that we're on the inside of the car, you'll notice that this trim here is not the OEM trim, which is actually like a wood kind of 90s theme that they had going on. So what I did was I got all the trim pieces, pulled them off, went online, found some carbon fiber wrap, and I just wrapped them all. Next thing you'll notice is that that head unit is not stock. That head unit is an aftermarket head unit to look like BMW iDrive system. So I'll show you what I mean when I put the key in here. Now there is a way to use the car without the key, but it is kind of annoying. Here's how you can operate the car without a key. It's really weird. So you turn the car on and you turn it off and you take the key out, and then the car starts without the key. So it's pretty weird, but it does work. The mirrors fold in and out, so if you're going through a really tight space, you just press this little button right here and it will fold the mirrors. Also, what it does is that when you back up, it should not tilt the mirrors down. And then if you push it to the left and you were to back up, it will tilt the mirrors down, so you can see, as you can see on this side, it tilts that mirror down so you can see the curb and not scratch your rims. That is a really great feature. I actually really like that, because you really don't want to scratch your rims, and it's a pain in the butt, sanding them and repainting them and all that. On this remote, I can open or close the exhaust cutout. So right now it's open. Let me give the car a little rev so you can hear what it's like with the exhaust cutout open. We're going to close the exhaust cutout. Now you can hear that low drone noise is kind of gone. Now let's put it back in neutral and let's give it a rev. So as you can see, it sounds, or as you can hear, it sounds significantly different. So like I said, straight six. Those cylinders back there, kind of hard to get to, but not impossible. Just annoying when you're changing ignition coils and spark plugs. There's not a whole lot of room to work in here, but it's not that horribly cramped. Like right here, you still could get in here if you really needed to work on something. It's not the most pleasing experience. There are some BMWs that have disgusting gunk inside the engine. This engine, I've opened it up, it is so clean, it is beautiful, there's no gunk, oil changed all the time. When I bought it, it had 20K miles on it, so, everyone that's had this car has taken care of it. The only thing was, some of this weather stripping here was missing, so I went and bought that online to replace it. Alright, so let's show you some of the CAN bus integration of this head unit. It integrates CAN bus steering wheel controls. So not only can I pair to Bluetooth with my phone, once I'm done pairing to Bluetooth, I can go ahead and press the phone button over here. It will take me to this menu, I press this, and now I have access to my entire music library. Not only that, I can seek the track from my steering wheel. So I don't even have to take my hands off the wheel to change the music. The other thing is that this head unit can actually connect to your phone over Wi-Fi, and then you can actually look at maps. You could use online maps too. The other thing is I could do AirPlay on this. I could broadcast my whole iPhone to this screen right here. I really do like the offline maps. It's a nice little screen. It shows you where you are. There's a nice little GPS antenna in there. The other cool thing is the Steptronic. Essentially, you switch the gear knob to the left, and now on my cluster here, I can see it says DS, which is Drive Sports. So if I don't alter the gears at all, it's just gonna drive in sports mode. But if I wanna engage manual mode, what I'll do is I'll push this forward for first gear and backwards for every succession of gears upwards. So if I'm in first gear and I want to switch to second, there's no clutch, so it's just the gear shift. We're in first gear, we'll get to around 3,000 RPMs and we'll switch to second. And now we're coming up to a bump, so we're going to slow down. We're going to stay in second. But yeah, so you can use this car in manual mode, you can use this car in automatic mode. So yeah, so you could drive this car manually if you wanted, but I really do like the automatic transmission. It's got a nice transmission. It's a fun car. Here's another cool feature. This projects the BMW logo. You can change out the lenses. I have some other extra ones. There's an M1, there's an X1. I even saw some other crazy ones on there. You can order custom ones, have whatever image you want. I hope you maybe learned something or, found out about a cool feature on this car. And thanks for watching.
Well, that was this week's video, and to have your car mod shown on my channel here, check this out. So if you never want to miss another one of my new car repair videos, remember to ring that bell.